Hey, this is David Chen here again, live and direct, right here from A Taste of Our Culture. And we talk about Taste of Our Culture, but we talk about many different things. We'll be talking about the land this time. We talk about the land of wood and water. But right now, I'm going to cross to somewhere across the world, where we're going to cross to Africa. Africa, we're going to cross to. I'm not going to say who I'm speaking with, but someone who is actually in the medical field, who have done, many researches. But I want to talk about the land, our red land, our ground, our earth, our ground, whatever it is you want to call it, but the red dirt to what we have, and why many people from across the world want to get involved. Greetings to you, my sister. How you doing this afternoon, this evening, this day, and how you doing? What is it like where you are?
I'm doing fantastic, sir. Thank you. It's doing great here, and thank you for having me on your podcast.
Thank you very much. And where can I say that you are?
Of course, I'm in Nigeria.
What is Nigeria like at the moment?
Nigeria at the moment is going through things just like everybody else in the world. We are right now going through some turbulence, and we're just trying to get ourselves situated. And hopefully, with the upcoming election, we will have some new and better governance here to help all Nigerians live a better life going forward.
All right, so let me just ask you a question about the Jamaica, the land of wood and water. And you know that we have had issues, discussions, questions based on different nationalities that come into our countries, our islands, for example, Africa and the Caribbean. And I'm going to say that, let me just jump to the gun here, or jump to the push here. Chinese, Indians, Europeans, all other nationalities. We're not going to be specific to any one nationality, but from a medical point of view, I want to talk about the land, our red land. There's a certain part of Jamaica where the hurricane just passed, on the southern coast of Jamaica. Let's say, for example, Treasure Beach, St. Elizabeth. That part of the island, our dirt is very, very red. Right, that's where the majority of the red dirt is actually located. In other words, it's more like of our cockpit country, our backside island. That's where majority of the backside is from. What would you say the richness of the red dirt, and which nation usually want to actually utilize the red dirt of any nation? Let's talk about Jamaica from your medical background.
So first, I want some clarification. I am not specialized, or am I a person that claims to be a professional regarding dirt. I forget the specific term. So this is just my observation through the years of looking at the goings on in Jamaica regarding the red dirt. It's been an issue for quite some time. So with that being said, on my own personal research, what I've been noticing is that it appears that Asians, specifically Chinese, are after the red dirt due to the holistic qualities of the dirt that they use in cosmetics and different types of medications that they make. Now, what those nutrients or the holistic properties are, I read some different things, but I don't want to repeat it here because it may not be accurate. But, Chinese are very smart. They like to utilize things that are more natural. They don't like to use pharmaceuticals and stuff because they are aware that using medications only treats symptoms. It doesn't cure the issue. So they're very smart when it comes to using natural products in order to heal things and situations. So, like I said, many years ago, I remember reading about Chinese invading certain areas, specifically in Jamaica, and utilizing the dirt for those reasons. And I'm just astonished that this hasn't I'm just astonished that the Jamaican government hasn't put a stop to that and put their own researchers in play to see exactly what nutrients or properties that is being extracted from that red clay that's so beneficial for Chinese, because they could probably utilize it themselves for their own usage. You know what I mean? So it's always the black countries, and I hope nobody gets offended. It's always the black countries that get stepped on, and other people, be it white or yellow, come into our countries and they just decimate. I mean, they totally decimate the area. Going in the ground, pulling out from petroleum to gold to diamonds to this red clay, and they decimate the neighborhoods, and they don't make the area whole again once they have took everything that they needed from the place. And so that's what I don't like. I think if they're going to be going into different areas and just destroying communities to extract these things out of the ground, that they either need to pay the community, in which they probably are paying it. It's just that the government is pocketing the money, but they ought to be doing things to make the community, back. They can never make it whole, but they should at least be compensating the community for whatever that they're extracting. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense to people.
Yeah, definitely. Because right now, a lot of persons have been actually, as you rightfully said, we see a lot of places being dug up, a lot of land has been leased for over, how many number of years, and sometimes you don't see nothing being done to it. So you kind of wonder, why these lands are being sectioned off, and the purpose of it. So I fully understand you there. So I mean, based on even our own natural resources that we have, do you think that we're actually losing the value to what we should really be receiving from some of these natural resources that's being produced out of our own? I mean, that is being taken from our island, exported somewhere else, but it's actually being sold back to us in some multiple of costs.
Absolutely. There's never, let me just tell you, which I'm sure you probably know, there would never be a time in the history of mankind when a Chinese or a white person comes into your land and they don't cause chaos and destruction. There will never be a time. So anytime you see a white man or Asian enter your land, it's for something. It's not to come and help the people, but it is to come and for them to extract something from your place to help their own people.
Right. So let's summarize now. What's your suggestion, or what would you recommend to our people, both from Africa and the Caribbean, to actually benefit from all this, or to eradicate all these actions being taken? Or is it that we should go and try and learn to do certain things to what these people are coming into our island and doing? What would be some of your suggestions?
So, Mr. Chen, in regards to that, I would take your lead and say, definitely we should be doing our own scientific studies on the lands to see exactly why these particular things are being extracted from the ground and what is the purpose, because obviously it is some very important usage for them, especially to be extracting the red clay from the ground. So it has some very high benefits that we ourselves should be checking in. We should have our own scientists there alongside the Chinese, and if the Chinese should be working along with Jamaican scientists and letting them work hand in hand with them to see exactly what they're extracting, how they're extracting it, what they're mixing it with, what are the benefits from this extraction, and how it can benefit Jamaican citizens. Because if it's benefiting Chinese, it surely should be benefiting Jamaicans too. You know what I mean?
So true. All right. It's been great talking to you. We're going to have a run in this program. We're going to take a break. But before we do that,